Hari Om. Let's start with the prayer. Om Samasta Jana Kalyani Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanura Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Bande Jagadgurum Tvameva Mata Cha Pitatvameva Tvameva Bandhusya Sakhatvameva Tvameva Vidyadravidam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mamadeva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Gurudeva Deva. Hari Om. We are doing the seventh chapter of Vidyaranya's Panchadashi, and we are almost coming to the end part of this chapter, and we are at the 291, and it says it tells you the behavior of a Sita Prajna. So essentially it's what Krishna talks about, Sita Prajnasya ka bhasha. That's what Arjuna's question was. And this Prajahati Yadakaman Sarvan Partha Manogatan Atmanyev Atmanatustaha. So Krishna gives a summary of what is the state of a Jivan Mukta. So Prajahati Yadakaman Sarvan Partha Manogatan. All desires are gone. Not that they are eliminated by themselves, because there is no more desires, only because he doesn't need anything. One has to understand that he doesn't need anything. But if he comes, it's okay. If he doesn't hate anything. So neither he goes after things, nor he avoids anything, because he is beyond all these things. Therefore, when he says Prajahati Yadakaman Sarvan Partha Manogatan, in the mind there is no more the feeling of incompleteness. So the mind of a Jivan Mukta is Aham Brahmasmi, I am full by myself. So who has that knowledge? In the mind only it is a knowledge. We go into the more detail of, we understand clearly that it is the mind required in order to know that I am not the mind. And that should be, and one who understands that Aham Brahmasmi, I am the totality, I am not this. This is the superimposed adhyasa of the world itself, but I am the very substantive of this also. That also is recognized. That means Brahman means I am infinite, there is nothing other than me. And my nature is that I am Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. That is my Swarupa Lakshanam. And all that has been discussed, and once I realize that I am Brahman, then Brahmavit Brahmaiva Bhavati. Knower of Brahman becomes Brahman. That's what the scripture says. And now, how does he behave? There is nothing to behave actually. In principle, there is nothing for him to behave. He has gone. That means I am the totality. Now, the totality itself, using the locality, which is a local BMI, because of the BMI has a prarabdha karma it has to go through. So that which is Aham Brahmasmi, is a Brahman, is now using the local. That's why we call the Guru as Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo, Maheshwara. Because the totality, which is nothing but Ishvara, himself is acting in this body, mind, intellect. And depending upon the body, mind, intellect, the body, mind, intellect has developed certain kinds of habits, and that may go through the habits. So he transacts in the world depending upon the nature of the BMI, but he himself doesn't transact, because karmaya pasyet. In the actions of the body, mind, intellect, he recognizes himself, I am not even a doer. I see my body, mind, intellect is functioning as required. We will come back to that. We are now in the 291, which is essentially summarizing the state of mind of a Jivan Mukta. Krutakrutyataya truptaha prapta prapyataya punaha trupyan evam swamanasa manyate sau nirantaram. Together, Krutakrutyataya truptaha prapta prapyataya punaha trupyan evam swamanasa manyate sau nirantaram. So asau is this wise one, this wise person, the realized person, Krutakruthyataya, because of Krutakruthyatam, having done what need to be done. So I am done with this, not only with this life, for the whole life cycle itself I am done with it. Means I have accomplished what need to be accomplished. So prapta prapyataya, punaha, again and again, I have accomplished what need to be. So I had to do this, I had to do this. Every day we have a big list of do list, and the 24 so not enough, not enough, and he may also make a do list also. I had to give a talk here, I have to give there, and I have to do this. He may have a list, but that's only for transactional purposes. But in and through the transactions, he recognizes that I am not even a doer, and I don't need to do it also. So Swamanasa, by his own mind. So it is emphasizing the mind is required. It's not objectless awareness is the truth. It is through the mind, recognize that I am objectless awareness. Using the mind I had to do. I had to use the mind to know that I am not the mind, and I am pure consciousness that enlivens the mind also. That is Swamanasa. So he is Truptaha. He is contented, full, and therefore Atmani eva Atmana Tushtaha. As Krishna says, he is reveling in himself by himself, because the self-reveling is not something doing, because his nature itself to revel is called Rama. Rama means who revels in himself. So that Ramanti, the one who revels in himself, and Ramanti Ramaha, Sarvesha Ramanti Ramaha, and Sarvaha Ramanti, he revels in everybody, and that's what is essentially, he is in the heart of everything. So, Aidadatma Vidagum Sarvam Tat Satyam, he has recognized that I am the essence of the Idam Sarvam, the entire universe, the essence is I am. And that's what is, wherefore, there is nothing really I need for my happiness. Because I am looking for not consciousness, I am not looking for existence. I know I exist, I know I am conscious. What I don't know, that I am Ananda also. Logically I know I am Ananda only, because Ananda means happiness that I am longing for. It doesn't come from anywhere. It comes from me only. Because whenever my desire is fulfilled, at that time I am back to myself, and therefore I am happy. So happiness is not by desire, the object that didn't bring, object is only conducive for me to go back to myself. But if I can go back to myself without the object or with the object, doesn't matter to me, then in that case I am Atmani eva Atmana Tushtaha. I am fulfilled by myself. Trupya nevam somanasa manyate asau nirantaram. So all the time I think that I have recognized that I am full, complete, there is nothing really I want. So whenever, this is for the sadhana also, whenever for nididhyasana, whenever a mind wants something, it says, do I really need something? And whether it comes or not, it's okay. Not that I'm going to avoid it, and let the body, mind, intellect, as like any other person, go for it, at the same time knowing that this is also drama in life also. So with that, the chapter is actually over, and the rest of the slokas is the recognition of my own glory and my own happiness, because I found at last what need to be found. I discovered my true nature. So what else I know? It is overflowing happiness, and that is expressed in the few slokas from now on, from 292 all the way to 298. It is essentially an expression of joy. And so, in the Taittiriya Upanishad, ahamannam 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 ahamannadau ahamannadau ahamannadau. A realized soul starts singing, because singing comes only with the ecstasy, but anybody can sing only when there is overjoy itself, and therefore the out of joy in the realized master God starts singing. Here is another song here of singing of a realized master. This is Trishanku also in the Taittiriya Upanishad. It says Aham Rukshasya Reriva. So there's also that whole sloka is itself is a song of the, say, I am the whole samsara which I am that, and I am beyond that. And also that is essentially being discussed here. 292. Dhanyoham, 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 Nityam Swatmanam Anjasa Vedmi, Nityam Swatmanam Anjasa Vedmi, Dhanyoham, Dhanyoham, Brahmanando Vibhati Me Sputam, Brahmanando Vibhati Me Sputam. So, Dhanyaha Aham is essentially declaring himself that I am blessed I am blessed I am. Because Nityam, I am eternally blessed. Swa-atmanam, by my own self. I am blessed by my own self because the self in me has blessed me indeed as though. And Anjasa, that which is immediately and directly available. Not that I have to go somewhere to get blessed. So I don't have to go, sir, please bless me, please, oh Lord, please bless me. All that because now I understood that I am the totality itself, and that's overjoying. And therefore, Anjasa, it is directly and immediately. That's why Aparoksha Jnanam. So, Dhanyosmi, Nityam, Swatmanam, Anjasa, Vedmi. So I know immediately and directly that I am complete, Purnaha. And Brahmanandaha, me to me. Dhanyoham, Brahmanandaha, I am of the nature of infinite happiness, limitless happiness. That is my Swarupam. And Vibhati me Swashtam. So, Swashtam Vibhati. I am experiencing myself that I am complete and full. It's not that I am happiness, and so someone went to Gurudev and asked, says, sir, I know I am Brahman, but how come I am suffering? Question is, obviously he doesn't know. How can Brahman suffer? Because infinite. So, Spashtam in Vibhati, I am experiencing that Brahmanness that I am, fullness that I am. If I am experiencing full food all the way to, then I am not looking for maybe delicious food may be there, but I am full to the tip of my tongue. Then I don't go after it. It says I am already full. So here, the same way, there is no more longing mind for anything to fill up. So same slokas are being repeated in the 293. Dhanyoham, dukkham samsarikam na vichedya. Dhanyoham, dukkham samsarika na vichedya. Dhanyoham, swaswajnanam palayatam kwapi. Dhanyoham, swaswajnanam palayatam kwapi. Together. Dhanyoham, dukkham samsarikam na vichedya. Dhanyoham, swaswajnanam palayitam kwapi. So, Dhanyoham, blessed I am. Why? Because navichadya, I do not see anymore. Samsara dukkham. So, samsarika, that samsarika vichedya, I do not see the samsara generated dukkham, samsarika, that which is born out of the samsara, vichedya, I do not see anymore. The suffering of samsara means continuously coming and going. Dukkeshu anudvignamanaha sukeshu vigataspra vitaraga bhayakrodaha chitadhir municate. So that is chitam. I have no fear, nothing else, because there is nothing else to me to be afraid of. Fear comes only that which is different from me. If everything is me, then there is nothing to be afraid of. So this is dukkha samsarika na vichedya. I do not see any more samsara. That means I do not experience either sukham or dukkham. Swasya ajnanam palayitam. My original ignorance, swasya ajnanam, my original ignorance, palayitam, has run away, has gone away. Kaapi, somewhere I don't know. What happened to ajnanam, I don't know. So when I thought that it was a snake and I was afraid and all that, now I know it is a rope, then what happened to the snake and what happened to the fear and all that? They are all gone. Where did it go? The mind was agitated, mind has become quiet and calm. So that's all. Essentially, kaapi, somewhere has gone. So there is no more samsara and no more the ajnanam, ignorance is also not there. The ignorance that I didn't have it is gone. Because I never was ignorant even before also. Because I am Nitya Mukta Swarupoham. I am eternally liberated all the time. What are you talking about Ajnanam? So Ajnanam is only when I superimpose Ajnanam on myself unnecessarily, and therefore that superimposed Ajnanam is also gone. 294. Dhanyoham kartavyam. Dhanyoham kartavyam. Mena vidyate kinchitu. Mena vidyate kinchitu. Dhanyoham praptavyam. Dhanyoham praptavyam. Sarvam ajya sampannam. Together. Dhanyoham kartavyam. Mena vidyate kinchitu. Dhanyoham praptavyam. Sarvam ajya sampannam. So kartavyam mena kinchit vidyate. So there is no more duties for me. I have to do this, I have to do this. No duties for me at all. So therefore no do list at all. So it's called honey do list. Honey do this, honey do that, and no honey do this, no honey do this. So I may do it, but not that I have to do it. That's what essentially kartavyam. Kartavyam is one has to do. That is kartavyam. So that is not there. So kartavyam mena kinchitu vidyate. Me kinchitu na vidyate. I have no duties in life for me. May means for me there is no duties. Adya now, praptavyam sarvam sampannam. So because I have gained everything that I need to do, I need to gain. So therefore I have no more that I have to do list, because everything is done. What need to be done is everything done. Other maybe people say you have to do this, you have to do this, that is their problem. But from my point, there is nothing really to be done. 295. Dhanyoham truptirme kopama bhavel loke. Dhanyoham truptehe me kopama bhavel loke. Me kopama bhavel loke. Dhanyoham dhanyaha punardhanyaha. Dhanyoham dhanyah punardhanyaha. So I am dhanya, I am the blessed I am. Dhanyoham truptehi says truptehi. I am completely contented in life. Upama loke ka bhaved. There is nothing really what can be gained from the whole universe is not there. Everything is loke ka bhaved. What is there for me to gain from the world? Because I am already full, contented. So therefore, kaha upama bhaved. Is there something really that really can fill me anymore? There is nothing left. Therefore, dhanya. He shouts in that, I am blessed. So on. Then 296. Aho punyam palitam drudam. Aho punyam palitam drudam. Asya punyasya sampattehe araho vayam aho vayam asya punyasya sampattehe aho vayam. So together, aho punyam palitam drudam. Asya punyasya sampattehe aho vayam. So this essentially aho punyam is a blessed I am with the merits of all is fulfilled. This is a great benefit indeed. So aho punyam palitam drudam. This palitam, the fruit of all my the punyam has been done, has been given. Phalitam is the result of all the punyam has been established. Asya punyasya sampattehe. So aho vayam. We are blessed again and again. We are blessed again. So he is essentially thanking for whom we can thank. The recognition that I am being blessed, that all my merits have been successful because I got the final result. What? That I am akartaham, bhoktaham, hamevaham. I am never a doer nor a enjoyer. I am reveling in myself by myself. And that's what essentially we are blessed again and again and again. Then he blesses the scripture. Aho shastram, aho shastram, aho shastram, aho shastram, aho guru, aho guruhu, aho guru, aho guruhu, aho jnanam, aho jnanam, aho jnanam, aho jnanam, aho sukham, aho sukham. So simple. Says, oh Shastram, oh great indeed is the Shastram, the science that because of which I am able to gain. So he is thanking the scripture itself. Aho Shastram, Aho Shastram. And the teacher who helped me to recognize through the Shastram. So teacher is the one who directs the disciple to the Shastra. So he thanks the Shastra and the teacher who helped him. Aho Guru, Aho Guruhu. Aho Jnanam, Aho Jnanam, Aho Jnanam. Blessed indeed is the knowledge because of which I am gaining what need to be gained. So Aho Jnanam, because Shastra is blessed because of the Jnanam that comes because of the Shastra, the Pramana. Aho Sukham, oh great Ananda Sukham, the blessed indeed is that Ananda, Anantam Ananda, my nature itself. So with that, the singing of the glory of ecstasy of the realized master is over. In the last sloka, the Vidyaranya summarizes the whole thing and ends sloka of the what need to be done. Trupti deepamimam nityam, Trupti deepamimam nityam, yenu sandadate buddhaha, yenu sandadate buddhaha, Brahmanande nimagyantaha, Brahmanande nimagyantaha, tre trupyanti nirantaram, tre trupyanti nirantaram. Trupti deepamimam nityam, yenu sandhate buddhaha, Brahmanande nimagyantaha, te trupyanti nirantaram. Trupti deepam imam trupti deepam. This trupti deepa prakaranam of the 7th chapter of the Panchadashi, 15 chapters of the Vidyaranya Swami. He says this trupti deepam imam nityam. This if you study nityam, yen anusandate buddhaha, those who recognize and realize and keep this in mind or study this Trupti Deepam, Anusandati Buddhaha. So those people who want to become knowledgeable and who are knowledgeable also for the Nididhyasanam, Anusandadati, that who really contemplate on this. Brahmanandi nimagyantaha. So they will be Brahman in the infinite happiness, they will be essentially immersed in that. Te trupyanti nirantaram. They will be fully contented, trupyanti. I mean, they are fully happy and there is nothing else really to be done. And with that, the 7th chapter is over, and in a sense, we are talking about the Trupti Deepa Prakarana of Vidyaranya Swami, where he covered the whole chapter is the Vakyanam or the commentary on the Brahma Sutra Bhashya, Brahma Sutra, the chapter 4 in the Brahmana 4, 12th mantra, is Aham Asmi Iti Ched Vijaneyam Atmanam ched vijaniyam aham asmiti purushaha kimichan kasya kamaya sariram anusanjaret. So that has to be known. That what has to be known? That Atma has to be Atmanam ched vijaniya. That should be known, because that scripture is injunction. Says whatever you do, this has to be known. Because any other knowledge is not a knowledge, is only ignorance. This is the real knowledge. Says what is the real knowledge? The Shankara says in the Brahmanda only, says essentially that Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya Jivo Brahmaivana Paraha. Says Anena Vedyam Tat Shastram. So what is the Shastram? Says that Anena Vedyam, that because of which I will know Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya Jivo Brahmaivana Paraha. And that Anena Vedyam Tat Shastram iti Vedanta Dindimaha. This is what essentially the Vedanta declares. So the recognition of that is what essentially is what's real Shastram, real knowledge, real science. And any other science, as we discussed before, is only about the Vyavaharika Satyam, which is essentially based on the ignorance only. Because the whole Vyavaharika Satyam, transactional world, you need to know how to transact. That is a knowledge also. The physics knowledge, biology knowledge, you may have PhDs in all that. That knowledge only helps you in the transactional world. Bhuktaye, natu muktaye is only for the fulfilling up your stomach and the temporally mind and so on, not for liberation. What is the liberation? Says na yogena na sankhena karmana no na vidyaya brahmatmaikatva bodhena moksha siddhati nanyata. Only way the liberation can come only is Brahma Atma Aikya bodhena. The identity of the Brahman, I am Brahman, the equation that I am Brahman, Aham Brahma Asmi, that Aham Asmi iti Purushaha is essentially what the Brihadaranyaka, I am means what? I am pure existent consciousness and not this which is inert entity. Consciousness is itself is Prajnanam Brahma, is infinite. Therefore, what is this? How can there be this when consciousness is infinite? There cannot be inert entity because it says consciousness is infinite. So if there is inert entity, it's only adhyasa, a superimposition which appears to be there but is not really there, which is contradictory to nature of consciousness. How can such contradiction occurs? That is what Maya is. Maya is that which makes appear something which is not really there. When I am sleeping in a pitch dark room with all lights off and then go to a dream state, and that state is completely can be opposite to the waking state. Why? Because it's completely dark and there's no light anywhere. At the same time, I am dreaming a bright sun and the forest with all the things there which are not there in the waking state. But all that can be possible. So contradictory things. So I'm full completely when I went to go to sleep, but I may be feeling hungry in the dream. And I am full completely to the neck. The thirst is not there, but I am very thirsty in the dream. Completely opposite can be there, because same way I am seeing the inert things even though consciousness. So what is there to do? I am trying to solve the problem in trying to gain this and gain this, because I know I am conscious entity, I know I am existent entity, but I think only I am conscious entity as this. That is a problem. So what happens to realization? What happened to other jiva? Some people ask questions, what happened to other jiva? When Tom realized that Dick will not realize and the other people will not realize, but from the point of a realized soul, when he realizes, he recognizes there is nothing other than me. So for him that question doesn't arise. Only an ignorant person will ask that question, what happens to when this will realize and that realize and so on and so forth. From the ignorant person, there is a teacher and there is I had to realize, and the teacher is coming Brahman himself in that form. All that is self-consistent, and this has to be recognized, and the recognition has to be kept in mind all the time. So nidhyasitavyaha, one has to constantly contemplate on that, and that's been discussed elaborately in this in that 299 slokas are there, all in one sloka, because of the importance of that. Therefore, Vidyaranya says, keep studying this again and again and again as a part of Nididhyasanam to reflect on the teaching until I firmly abide in the knowledge. With that, we stop, and with this, the 7th chapter is over, and we will take up the next chapter perhaps after we come back the next day. With this, we stop here. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Nama